and then you'd fought again the time after and knocked. Can't remember what the kid's
that
name was.
Italian, that Jacopo.
Jacopo, yeah.
Fucking awesome knockout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a nice
Oh,
knockout.
finish there.
big over on I just started
Picked him
throwing handbags, mate. First round I battered him. Like, this is another thing, like, in this country it's different to Thailand. Because in this country every round scores. Whereas in Thailand, I think it's a lot of it's to do with gambling. Paddy with his mushroom haircut and that.
Yeah, and he's got he's a scouser.
Oh,
Everyone
mate,
loves a
I
scouser.
him this morning.
Is that like a Scouser haircut? That? Is
Yeah, I
that
think it is. It's a
Fuck
little
no.
ket wig in it. That's what everyone
Beatles
calls
Well,
it.
they call it a
didn't
cat
they?
wig.
Ket wig.
I call him Mushroom Man.
Give me my money in stacks and lace my bitches with Don figures. Real niggas' fingers on nickel-plated non-triggers. Must see my enemies defeated. I catch them while they coked up and weeded. Open fire, now them niggas bleeding. See me in flesh and test and get your chest blown. Straight out the west, don't get blown. My adversaries cry like hoes. Open and shut like doors.
So what level do you fight at? To try and explain it in layman's terms, this Thai fighting, is one championship the pinnacle there with that?
Yeah. But it's weird, to be honest. I think I'd have a contract at one now. It's just they haven't got a weight category at my weight. They've got 70, but you've got to be hydrated. So I won't make 70 hydrated, and the next one up 77. All them boys are fucking
Just
huge.
big tall things.
Yeah, it's like Nicky Olskin and that.
Well, they've got a proper hydration clause where
Yeah, so...
they test you after and check that your piss is
Do you know
hydrated
what?
enough
It's a
to
bit...
do it.
No, it's before.
Oh shit!
As you
Before you
make
even step
him
on
weight.
scales.
Yeah, so you make weight, then piss into a cup. But there's a bit of a way around it where they like drink up and then make the weight but hold the piss. Make the weight while the piss is in them, then piss. Obviously that comes out crystal clear and it's a bit of a fad as such, but
Is that just for safety at fighters then?
I think so.
I'm going to give you an intro. I feel like you've earned it.
Oh, I love that. Love that.
So we've got Big Joe Craven on the podcast today.
Get up.
Probably hardest man in Huddersfield, I reckon.
Halifax.
Oh, is it
fucking
Halifax?
Huddersfield. I'm not a
fucking
dog
hell.
shagger,
He
man.
shot an intro and he's
Fucking
fucking got
hell.
destination wrong.
Ah, bro, I
A
feel
dog
like
shagger.
I feel like restarting it for you, but we're in now. So Halifax it is.
Yeah, man.
How did
Right.
you two connect? Just through fighting fraternity or what?
Just for fighting, innit?
Yeah, we haven't even really put. This is probably the first time we've properly connected. We've seen each other. I see you more at fucking 13 Barbers more than out.
Yeah, me.
Keeping it
there
fresh,
every
keeping it
Friday.
fresh.
Me doing my karaoke's in there. Yeah, it's fucking hell.
How old are you?
25.
Can you?
Old man now.
How long have you been doing this Thai thing? Just give me
Wait,
a bit-
before he tells you, guess.
How long do I think he's been doing it?
Guess. He's 25.
You've been doing it since a kid, eh? 5, 6, 7 year old?
4.
4 years.
4 years
4 years
old,
old,
mate.
sorry.
Yeah, 4 years old.
That's crazy.
And who pushed you into that? So at 4 year old,
Do you know what? It was a bit of a weird one. My mum and dad's best mates, their son did it. So I think it was like a case of, at that age, it was like, send him, and then we can go for a fucking couple with his mates. You know what I mean? I think it was just a case of, like, get rid of him for a bit. Because obviously kids at that age are annoying as fuck.
Did you take to it straight away or something that took a little bit of time
I'm
to get
fucking
accustomed?
ADHD, so it's just like twatting bags and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, at that age, I probably weren't even learning or just punching stuff, but...
Did you
Yeah,
start
weird.
straight away at Bad Company?
Nah, so I started at a gym in Halifax called Call of the Thai, and I was there from 4 right up until 15, so...
What, and then you went to
Yes,
Bad Company then at 15
Then
years
went
old?
to Badco, so I turned pro at 15, I had my first fight on Yokkao at 15, and then went to Badco.
Wait, you didn't fight from being 4 till 15?
Yeah. No, I was still fighting, but just juniors.
Oh, right, yeah.
So it was juniors, and then I turned pro at 15. So obviously I came through amateurs and shit like that, out juniors, and then, to be fair, I cleaned up. It was weird. I started my junior career. I lost like my first 4 or 5 fights. My first ever fight was against a kid from Badco.
Oh, were it?
He fucking pasted me.
Did he?
And I mean pasted me. A kid called Bailey Roberts. And then lost like my first 4 or 5 fights. And I remember my dad saying to me, bearing in mind I'm only like 6, 7. My dad was like, well, if you lose this next one, lad, you better fucking call it a day. Mate, and I'm
Pressure's
like,
on.
oh, it's 6 or
Pressure's
7.
on.
Mate, I must be like, yeah, we're about 7. And at the time, I was fucking watching Rocky and that all the time. So I thought, right, that's it. So I'm out running and that. My dad was fucking driving around on a bike and that while I'm out running. And yeah, next kid I ended up fighting. And I went on a bit of a win spree where I just like beat like, I think I went like 40 odd fights unbeaten.
So did that motivate you then, your dad saying that to you?
I don't know. Probably, but
Yeah.
fucking we're not.
Could have gone either way, that could it? You could have been like, fucking hell, cheers, Dad, sound, I'll start
Mate, he
fucking
still
playing
does it
piano
now.
then. Does
You
he?
want, mate, even now he's like, fucking, after that last fight, maybe you want to think about retiring. I'm thinking, fucking hell, Dad, I only got stopped. Like, it's not in the world.
Explain this last fight then. So what happened
Yeah,
there?
what's your last fight last night?
No good, were it? Well, it was
It was a good first round.
Winning.
It was a
Yeah,
good first
we were
round.
winning, and obviously I got caught, but
Yeah.
it was a big punchery. But
Yeah, I think that first exchange where you went down there, I don't think you
yeah, I
regained
think
it from there, did you
I weren't
really?
recovered.
No.
So, obviously, I fought for that WML world title. Fought a guy called Thiago Texeira, Brazilian. To be honest, I actually felt comfortable in there. And to be honest, it's one of them. I think if I fought him 10 times, I'd win 9 times out of 10. But that night, yeah, we always knew we were a big puncher, and we always said, like, watch out for his left hook, watch out for his left hook. We knew all we had was a left hook. Fucking second round, I've got a bad tendency, like, when I move back, I just, like, relax. After I've landed something nice, I always relax. And that's when he's launched left hook and he's clipped me. So it's one of them. It's a learning curve. Obviously, he dropped me. I got back up, started throwing handbags, and then he dropped me again with an elbow, and then my corner threw towel in.
But it was right on the bell, wasn't
It
it?
was right on the bell.
You could have probably done with that minute off, to be fair. I thought you
Well,
might
I
have
was
held out.
like, this is it. I came back to corner, like, but to be fair, I'll give him the due. I didn't know what the fuck had happened. Like, I know I got back to my feet and stuff like that, but I said to him, like, I get dropped there or what? They were like, you taking piss? I went, how did it get stopped? He went, through toweling. I went, you fucking mate, and I lost my head a little bit and all that, to be fair.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
one of them where
fucked
you've got
out,
to
mate.
watch it
I
back,
was
innit?
haggard. I started arguing with the ambulance after because they were like, asking me all these questions. I'm going, no, I'm all right, mate. I was concussed as fuck. And I must have been, like, I was saying to my bird after, like, I feel pissed. This were like days and days after, and I'm like, I still feel pissed. Like, I feel a bit shot. And then, but like at the time, I was like, no, I'm all right. And I remember all the questions, and then one of the questions they were like, what's Prime Minister UK called? Because obviously they're German, you see. So what's Prime Minister UK? They said what's President at UK called? And I went, fucking President. I went, got Prime Minister, you mad cunt. Walked off. Next minute, I've stripped my kegs off and that. I'm jumping in the shower while everyone's making like a bit of a camaraderie of me in friggin' change rooms. Mate, it was such a weird experience. It was mental, though.
I got caught in sparring the other day a little bit, didn't I? And that sent me a little bit fuzzy.
Who with?
What's his name? Leo.
Oh, yeah, Big Leo,
Yeah,
Barber.
Leo. Yeah.
He's good, man.
Yeah,
He's
I
improving.
was gassed in that last round, and then I was just fucking.
You were like deceiving, wasn't him?
Yeah.
You were like
Do
deceiving,
you know what,
and
though?
then it seemed to be fairly
Do
heavy
you know
handed.
what? I'll give Leo his due. Before it won't mind me saying this, he was shite. Mm-hmm. And then, like, he's kept ticking away. I watch him spar now and I think, he's all right, you know. Like, he digs away. He's a good little, he's a good little scrapper. He's a big boy as well,
Yeah,
isn't
he
he?
is. I think that's the first person I've ever sparred or put gloves on against who's been taller than me.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a weird one for me. I ended up having to try and box on the
Fuck
inside.
me, man,
of
he's
it.
all arms, isn't he?
Digging into, the corner relationship there, how important is it there to someone mentally strong like you to have that trust with the corner, when to pull it? Is it a grey area? Have you got to have full trust that they've made the right decision? Is it hard as a fighter?
Do you know what? I know with Badco, it's more like a bit of a family sort of like feel. So to be honest, I know they've always got my best interest in heart. But like you said, like I've been calling him before, and it's like there's times where you think, shit, maybe I should throw a towel here, and you're like, but as a fighter, it's one of them. If anyone ever throws a towel, you're always gonna be a bit fucked off. But I don't know. It's a very, very weird one, but I think you've always got to remember that your corner's probably got your best interest at heart as such.
Sorry to interrupt. Me being a fan there, when you say this concussion, does that sit on you? Do you think about that a lot, like any brain damage stuff, or do you got to forget about that being a fighter?
Yeah, I think
Just forget-
fucking-
just
it's
fuck
one
it.
of them,
He
yeah,
forgets
I
to
mean,
forget about it.
That's it. I think that smart. But weirdly enough, I went uni and shit, mate. I've got a degree, but like all you really think about is fighting. So
Yeah.
I've never ever used any of them sort of smarts. So I think that's something to maybe think about after. But like you say, like I have probably got because Thai box is probably the worst out of all of them.
Brutal,
innit?
and
It's
just standing
fucking-
exchange.
just standing there and having to do elbows and shit. But yeah, it's a weird one. It is a very, very weird one.
I don't know what professional fighters in the Thai boxing world get paid, but do you do anything alongside that? Do you do PT and
Yeah,
stuff
so
like
I
that?
PT on
Do you
side.
do that bad company as
Luckily,
well?
I've got decent sponsors as well, so
That's decent.
it means with my sponsors I can cut down on my fucking PTs when it gets closer to fight. But like, you've got a PT because if not, it's one of them. I don't think you'd be able to fight full time.
No.
You see a load of like top level fighters like Chris Shaw, for example. He's he's still working full time on roofs as well as training on top. So like you've got to take your hat off to them sort of people. But yeah, it is a tough one for fighters.
Yeah.
Who's the man I watched the other day? Is it Fogarty? Is he sort of the poster boy for
Haggett.
Haggett, sorry.
Yeah. So obviously he's just beaten on low, hasn't he? So to be honest, I think all at UK were writing him off for that, me included. I didn't do no way that any of us are expecting that.
And did he stop him?
But mate, he destroyed him, didn't he?
Didn't he call Liam out after that as well?
Yeah, he's called Liam out.
What's
So
Liam saying?
that's an interesting. Obviously, the game on, innit?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Liam wants to fucking have a ding dongs, but it probably be biggest fight now UK has ever seen.
Could they fill out a big venue there?
Mate, it'd be massive. They're on about Wembley and shit. Like, I don't want championship. Fucking, there's no chance that they're gonna do Wembley. But fucking hell, I don't even think they'd fill O2. But you think about it after, like, if they marketed it right, they'd have all Muay Thai community there for UK. Plus, probably other countries would fly in. But if they put MMA on, for example, fucking Mighty Mouse and shit like that, then they'd get a lot of MMA fans as well. So maybe they might be able to do O2 or something like that. But
What's
mate,
the
when they
deal-
were talking Wembley, there's no chance.
You don't think they'll fill that?
Nah.
I've been watching. I only watch little bits of this style of fighting, but when you watch Mighty Mouse, there, do they do like hybrid rounds sometimes? Some MMA rounds.
Yeah, so they did
sometimes?
the crossover fight, didn't they, with Rod Tang? Which were one round Muay Thai, one round MMA, one round Muay Thai, one round.
That's
It's
an interesting watching it, that.
It is, but we're always going to end one way, innit?
Yeah,
If
as soon as it
if
goes
you've only
MMA.
ever been training Thai, I know, but Mighty Mouse probably is nowhere near the level of Rod Tang, but he's level enough to fucking be able to survive a round. So obviously by the time it got to MMA, it was fucking choke out time. Take him to the ground and choke him out. So that's the only problem with doing them sort of shit. But it's one like that's why people say to me, "Would you ever dabble with MMA?" If I ever went to MMA, no one would stand on the feet with me. They'd just fucking wrestle me and choke me out.
Too right. What's the plan then with the career? Is it to transition to any other sport, or are you going to try and get one championship? And
I'll
work
never
towards that?
say never, but the plan is to go one championship. But like I say, it's one of them. With the weight categories at minute, 70 is too low hydrated and 77 is just too big. So it'd be nice if they introduced another weight category. Like it's the weirdest weight category jump because they've got like 61, 64, and then all of a sudden 70, 77. It's like, how are you making such big jumps? They've gone 59, 61, 64, or 65 or whatever it is. Then straight 70, 77. It just seems a massive gap, you know what I mean? It'd
Could
be
do a little
nice if they
category
won
in
in
between.
between, yeah.
100%.
So if they introduce that, I think it would be a good lineup for me, but we'll see.
So you got a fight in a couple of weeks, and is that on Hitman?
Hitman show, yeah.
Sure. Is that that's Liam Shaw, obviously?
Yeah,
And
Liam.
has he just
Shaw.
started
So
that up
it's
now?
Liam. Well, he's promoted before. In the past, there were HGH promotions, which were Liam and Andy. But this time, I think he's directing it more at him, as such. Because let's face it, he's the one with the eyes. So they're doing the Hitman Fight League, and then to be fair, they're pumping loads of money into it,
Oh, yeah.
and they've got like the betting, so you can bet whilst you're fucking like doing accumulators and that. I was fuming at the last one.
Why?
Lost by fucking one fight and it were a draw.
Oh, never.
I were fuming, mate, and it were a right fight as well.
Is it all Thai?
Yeah, so, well, either Thai or K1.
All right.
But I'm not sure whether they'll do MMA. They might one day do MMA, I'm not sure. I don't really know the ventures, but to be fair to them, they're pulling all stops. Like, obviously, they did it O2. They had Jim King as main sponsors, gave all fighters tracksuits. They had that hard hitters there, you know, fucking big punch bag. So that thing were there. Then they had the betting, and to be fair to them, they pulled out stops and it was fucking right show. So then they're saying it's only going to get bigger. So
Liam seems
be
real
decent.
savvy, doesn't he, with business? Is he always switched on with that?
yeah, do you know what? I learned quite a lot off Liam because to be fair, he's marketed himself really well, hasn't he? Like, I think he's leading way, especially for British Thai boxing. Like, he's, let's face it, he's probably leading way completely. He's got nearly 1 million followers now.
To be on
and
Rogan's podcast, a massive
that's
achievement
what I
in
mean.
itself.
Just on
innit?
Rogan's podcast alone, but he's done it twice now. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. But because we knew him from when he was like nowhere near that sort of fame, and then obviously it just happened like I won't say overnight, but especially when he first went on Rogan podcast, it like blew, and then it's just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's kind of like a bit of a snowball effect.
I remember about 15 years ago when him and Jordan Watson were sort of fighting on the same shows, and Jordan, in my eyes, were always the one that had the eyes on him compared
Mate.
to Liam. And then Liam seemed to take
I
over
don't know what
quick.
Liam won't mind me saying this, but when I've sparred, Jordan's always been the one I can't ever touch. Like, Jordan for me was the most naturally talented fighter I think this country's ever seen. Like, when I say that kid was that talented, I mean like fucking off the scale. He was so talented. But I genuinely do think he was the most naturally gifted fighter this country's ever seen.
Is he still fighting now? Is he out in Thailand?
Nah, so he's
got a
moved to
gym?
Thailand completely. He's got
Living
his
the
own
dream.
gym out there, but it's not even like a Thai boxing gym. It's more of a fitness
Fitness and
retreat.
everything.
It's called Evolution. They've got all ice baths and they're doing fucking breathe work and yeah, they're doing all right.
All that's just coming in now, innit? All the
Yeah.
ice bath and that sort of shit. So it's
Do you know
peaks.
what?
We're
I'll
gonna
give him his
smash
due.
it.
He's been on it for years. Jordan's one of the mad characters. He found out about Bitcoin years ago, but like, I mean, before Bitcoin was big, he was buying like fucking Domino's pizzas and shit with Bitcoin. Mate, I once said to Jordan, I says, how much? Like, say you kept all your Bitcoin. He went, I won't ever have to work again. Like, Jordan were on Bitcoin before fucking any of it blew. But he always finds out about shit early. Like Wim Hof. You'll have heard of Wim Hof, won't
Yeah,
you?
I-
Freaking Iceman.
Every night, me, that.
Mate, 10, 12 years ago, George fucking... Oh, no, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. We once went to Thailand together, and they were doing Wim Hof breathing technique. And he didn't fucking pull, we're all fucking sunbathing. And he's like, fannying about in pool, he's going... And next minute, fucking goes underwater, right? He's doing lengths underwater. Mate gets to about, I kid you not, got to about 6 minutes. He's carrying on to the point where people are coming from fucking side of the pool and like,
Like a spectacle.
mate, looking over, and we were like, what the fuck's going on here?
You say you can hold your breath for 4 minutes over it, can't you? It's
I was doing the
fucking
exact
crazy.
same thing in Portugal. I went to Portugal February at Missis, and I tried swimming length underwater. Couldn't even make one length. I went, well, I bet I can do 3. Did one round of Wim Hof and did 3 straight away.
Mate,
And I felt
he's
fresh.
fucked. Well, he did it for about 6-7 minutes, and we were like looking, and a lot of us were a bit like, he just got out as if it were all normal, and people were like looking at him thinking, who the fuck is this kid? Mate, it were random as fuck, but honestly, George's an obscure guy. He jumps on stuff very early, but he's a very, very smart man.
Jumping into his career there, why did it not? Did he not get that momentum? Was it
I
had to
don't
get
re-
a run?
Do you know what? I think it was one of them. George he gets sidetracked easy. Like I say, most naturally talented fighter I've ever come across, and most gifted fighters. But like, you listen to some of his stories, man. He's like, he could have gone so much further. I don't think you mind me saying that, but honestly, it was mental. Like, he used to just get sidetracked, like do a massive fight, and he just fuck off on holiday, and you won't see him for ages, and just come back and right, I want to fight again now. Do
think
like a 6-week camp.
I'd have probably been about 16 or 17 when I first heard about him, and I can remember, I know a couple of people who he knows, and I know he used to get caught up in a little bit of trouble and scrapping on the streets, and I can remember one story where he'd leg kicked a guy and snapped his leg, and
Oh mate, yeah, George was a naughty boy,
Yeah.
but but one of the nicest kids you'll honestly like nicest kids you'll ever meet. But he'll do all for his mates, and I think that's it. He just got sidetracked a little bit, and I think that's why he never reached the heights of what Liam did. I think Jordan's talent, if you had Liam's work ethic, honestly, I think he'd be untouchable, and I mean seriously, I think he'd be untouchable.
Have you been out to Thailand to travel a fair bit then?
Yeah, I've been a few times. I've like been with all them boys and that, and I've been a couple of times on my own. So
What's that like as a place? Keep out of trouble?
yeah, it's do you know what? It's a weird one because have you ever been to Thailand?
Never been.
I've been twice, yeah.
There isn't really any laws as such, is there?
Well, they say that the fucking police over there are strict as fuck if they find drugs. I don't know what it's like now for drugs and stuff like that, but everyone was saying don't be carrying weed or anything like that. But
well,
I
weed's
found,
legal now,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's
But-
legal now. It only became legal a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
but I remember,
I'm going to say it first time I ever went. Frig that.
Yeah, well, I went like probably 3 or 4 years ago last time I went, and we just got a little tuk-tuk to take us up to this little shack in a mountain, and everyone was just there. There were a pool party, everyone was smoking weed and fucking boozing up.
It's always been happening, but it's like you say, they were so strict. If they ever found drugs on you, you got prison for life, like literal life as well. So it's like, but
On
they
the
wouldn't
other
really-
hand, though, I think it's one of them where if you've got a bit of cash on you and
that's
you can
it.
pay
You
them
can
off.
get away with anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Like I say, when you say there's no laws as such, right? You can get away with anything. As long as you're just paying off coppers, like you can do anything. Like you do what you want there, but it's like you don't really get into trouble as such because I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one because obviously you kind of can do anything, but you're so focused on training and
So you're out
it's-
there
it's
just
a
for
lot more of a
camps and
chill-
just to
yeah.
go meet people and
Have I ever done? I'm trying to think if I've ever done it.
Done a boozy one.
I think I've done a boozy one once, and I was in fight camp as well.
Oh,
Yeah, we went with lads. They were me, Liam, Jordan, and a mate of ours called Fraser. And I were fighting a kid called Jake Purder. And they were UK number 2 at the time, and obviously I was UK number 1. And it were like, we were meant to be there training. We were just getting pissed constantly. Like, I was getting pissed before sparring, go spar. Then we go out after and shit like that. Didn't take it serious whatsoever. Funnily enough, I won that fight as well. But probably one of my worst performances ever in my life. So I think that would have been my turning point as such. Then I started taking it a bit serious.
I'm not sure what this guy's name is. You probably know it. The guy that GSP brought onto The Ultimate Fighter. He's a French.
Yeah, we're always pissed. Weren't
who's that?
Skaboska.
Yeah, that'll be the guy.
Fuck
He were
yeah,
fucking 'em all up in
Skaboski,
Ultimate
man.
Fighter.
Yeah. He were one of the pioneers of like Thai boxing, but mate, probably most talented friggin' like Thai fighter ever. But he's a pisshead, that guy, innit?
Yeah.
Fuck, he's a mad guy, innit? But what a fucking fighter he was.
Whereabouts in Thailand were you training? Which island?
Last time I was there was Phuket.
Phuket.
Training at Simbi, but I've been Bangkok, somewhere, Phuket. I've been all over, but yeah, I think if I'm ever to go back again, just Phuket.
Do you ever get into any trouble when you're over there, fighting wise?
Not really. I mean, you get the odd one in the gym where it's like, do you know what it is? It's like, I don't know if it's like a bit of an Eastern European sort of culture, like Russians and that. When they spar, everything's rock hard. And like over here, we're used to like playing around and such. And I don't think they mean it maliciously, but fuck, you spar with them next, mate. Try to take your fucking head off and you think, right, game on here. Because I'm one of them, if someone hits me, I thought, fuck this. So then, like, I've had a few where it's been like full-on brawls out there, so I don't know. I wouldn't really say trouble as such, but there's been people you don't like.
Is it a bit of a pecking order that I'm just a fan of fighting? So is that when these different groups are going to the same gym and people don't know who each other is it a bit of a pecking order, finding who's best?
I don't know, possibly, because obviously usually when you go out to Thailand, you're not there full time. You'll do like a fight camp, like for example, when I went last time, I did a fight camp there. And it'll be the same with Russians and stuff, like, they'll go do a fight camp. So maybe, like, when you're sparring, just like let them know who boss is, but like, yeah, possibly it might be a pecking order. I never even thought about it like that.
Yeah.
We said that way. Who were discussing that way? It was Danny Christie in terms of just being a youth and finding a pecking order. I'm surmising when you get alpha lads who are all trained assassins in one place, there's going to be a bit of
That's
feeling
what
out
it's like,
process.
to be honest, that's what it's like at Badco. Especially like before, like when Jordan and that were there, like we all, because I'd like to say we're all quite high level anyway, so it was more a fucking bit of a competition on whose dick's biggest. Yeah. Like just knocking fuck out of each other. I've had harder fights in there than I have ever in fights. Like some of my hardest frigging spars ever. I'd be out of a lot, like most of my fights. So yeah, in there I think it's just a bit of a
Well, my first
Again,
time
Olympics
visiting it
biggest.
on, what day did we go?
Sunday.
It just seemed to be more boxers there, though, didn't it?
Yeah, you went on a just boxing sparring
yeah.
there. So that's, to be fair, that's recent. We didn't ever used to have boxing. And then I think it's only been past year and a half. Daryl came
Yeah.
and he started originally working with Thai boxers, just sharpening their hands up and stuff like that. And then more and more boxers have filtered in. So to be fair, it's good because it offers a bit of a new atmosphere into the gym. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's been a good addition to the gym.
My mate there, only Luke Kelly. You know Kelly?
Oh yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
He's a mad guy.
He's a mad guy.
Tell you what, some boxer though.
Yeah.
Some fucking boxer is Luke. He can box like fuck, but he's a mad guy.
He is, isn't he?
He is a mad guy.
a loose cannon, isn't he?
Most love. Do you know what though? He's a lovely, lovely lad.
Yeah, gold.
Most polite man you'll ever met, but fucking he's a mad guy.
He was
hell.
sparring your mate as well, wasn't he? That big tall guy. He had I watched him a couple of
He
rounds.
jumped in with Leo after I'd done 2 rounds.
Did
with
he,
him.
yeah?
Leo were like, go steady then.
Mate, yeah, Luke can box. Who did he box?
Oh, you know about
Avanesian, were it?
who?
Was he sparring Avanesian? Did he spar him or did he fight him? David Avanesian.
I don't know who that is.
Is that the guy when he broke his nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. that.
Avanesian, mate, he beat like, you'll have heard like Josh Kelly and stuff like that. Avanesian beat down Josh Kelly bad. Like top level fighter, like world title content. I think he broke Luke's nose.
He did.
Yeah.
He'll have showed up stoned Luke and
Oh,
give a
he's
fuck
a
with
mad
it.
guy.
Yeah, he fucking chewed on an
I'll
edible
tell you
before
what
Sunday.
though, mate, fucking he takes it serious in bare knuckles saying he'll
Yeah.
light people up. Because not all of them, but like this bare knuckle stuff, a lot of them are just tough cunts, aren't they? Like, I think now more and more like skilled fighters are coming in, but there's a lot of just tough cunts,
Yeah.
but not the most talented boxers. But you start getting these tough cunts who are talented
Starts
boxers as
raising
well.
bar
That's
up.
when it starts.
Have you watch much bare knuckle?
Do you know what? I don't really watch fighting, mate.
Watch fighting.
I don't watch Muay Thai. I don't watch UFC. I get bored of it. I just like going to football.
Yeah, you like that?
Because obviously I've done it since I was I've done it since I was a kid. Like, I get bored of it. I've seen that many fights when people say, "Oh, have you seen this fight?" You see, I watch the big ones, but they're all the same to me. I don't understand what people.
You know, if you've been doing it since
fucking
4-year-old, dig into that. How hard is it to keep fucking fully motivated on the task at hand?
That's it. So I had a bit of a burnout phase before. Like, I went at 21. I went and fought for the WBC world title, and at the time I was on a bit of a streak where like I was just untouchable, like, beating everyone down, and just it was a weird one. And then I ended up fighting for that, and I was fighting probably current pound for pound fight, like best fighter on planet, Yusuf Buganem, and he'd like never been beaten fucking ages, and he'd had like 200 and odd fights and 100 and odd knockouts. At the time I'd only had like 30 odd fights, so he'd had probably 3 times as many knockouts as I've had fights. And yeah, it beat me. And then ever since that, it was like, that's when you learn who your mates are as such, because everyone wants to be your best pal when you've got eyes on you and shit like that. And then that, and I just thought, fuck, you know, and it was weird. I thought like the fucking world was crumbling. And then it got to a stage where I just thought, I don't even want to fucking fight anymore, me.
Did you have a little break then?
Well, not really. I felt like I had to fight because, like I said, I don't really know much else. I've always done fighting. Like I say, I've got a degree in shit, but I don't know anything else but fighting. So it was like, I didn't really know where else to go. So I ended up fighting again. I fought a kid called Niall Brown. He's gone to boxing now. And to be honest, I should have battered him, really. On paper, I should have battered him. But I was just going in the wrong mindset completely. Just got cut up to 1 million pieces and got stopped on cuts. But yeah, and then COVID happened the following week. And to be honest, COVID actually probably saved my fucking career as such, because it was like, that break just what I needed. And then that made me want to start training again and stuff like that. So
What does the break provide? Just a bit of recalibration. I can
you know
think
what?
about what I want.
I think it just allowed me to be a bit of a lad, because it was like, I've always been trained. I've made so many sacrifices and shit like that. So like, even in school, it was like I couldn't really go out and play footy and stuff with my mates and stuff like that. And then got to uni, never done freshers or all like that at uni.
You get stuck in.
And it was just always fighting. It was like fighting. It was like I just missed out on so much. So it just allowed me to just fucking be with boys and just get pissed every single day. I fucking loved it.
With being a fighter from the age of 4, did that make you more disciplined when it comes to like arguing on streets and school? Did you think, I've got no to prove here, get yourself fucked off? Or
Probably.
Did you ever get into much trouble when you were a kid?
It's one of them. I'm a good talker, mate, so I can fucking get myself out. I'm one of them, mate. I'd rather be a mate than frigging fight, yes, sir. It's a weird one. Like, when I got to like 18, 19, especially in Halifax is a bit of a smaller place, innit? So it was like, used to go out and then there were like a few lads would be like, no, you fancy yourself as a fucking fighter then, blah. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. And it was like, come on, mate, we'll just go get a drink, me and you. Nah, come on, I reckon I could do you. And I'm going, nah, you probably could do me, mate, don't worry about it. But I'm like bantering it off because I just thought, fuck this. I'm not fighting in the street where I could probably break my hand and fucking be out of pocket. Instead, I could just fight and ring and get fucking paid for it. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, you got no to prove, have you?
That's what I'm saying.
Only leads one way, doesn't it? Like,
That's what I'm saying.
You're,
Mate,
you're
people want to
risking
know I'm
jail.
good at fighting, Google me.
Yeah.
That's all I say to them.
I'll get to the gym and put some gloves
What
on.
goes through
100%.
people's heads when they want to put it on his toes? I've
Mad
never
guys,
understood it.
It's just when people are pissed up, it's like we were saying the other day, I can't remember who we were saying that to.
Yeah, but you got to respect someone who's dedicated fucking 4 till what 20 or to his life.
Mate,
you're not
there's
going to
some
beat. You're not
mad
going to beat
guys.
him in a fight.
No,
Like,
but
you're not
There's
gonna-
two sort of people. There's either people who obviously want to have a deal with you, or people who just don't shut up about talking about fighting as if it's not what you do every single day. Honestly, it's a weird one because you don't really get time to switch off. You go out, like I've been at booze and stuff with my mates, and then you'll see like people who you haven't seen in a while and stuff like that. All they talk to you about is fighting and stuff, and you think, fuck, you know. Oh, mate, footy's on here, mate. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just fighting.
Other than football,
Fucking
then
hell.
what pursuits do you have that keep you locked in and engaged outside of that? You've got a missus.
Yeah, I got a missus. She hates me. She hates me.
For what reason?
So I'm always annoying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'll give her a due. She helps me a lot with fighting and stuff. Like, for example, my last fight, the weigh-in were a late weigh-in. I didn't get home till like 9 o'clock, and it was in Germany and stuff. And my nutritionist was like, make sure you fucking refuels. I kept trying to fall asleep because it'd been a long day. Every 15 minutes, waking me up, right, time to drink, right, time to eat this, such and such. And she'd like weigh it all out and stuff. And I thought, fucking unfair play to you. So like, that sort of stuff like I'll wear too, but
Or just nice to have a bit of an anchor and a bit of a
that's
rudder.
it.
Who's...
But I just annoy her every other day. Like in fight camp, she hates me,
Well,
man.
you're fully engrossed by that. Then a fight camp's just 100% immersion.
That's it. It's not really you can do. You can't go out and fucking binge food. You can't go out and piss. So like, it's fairly limited. Like birds who like get with fighters, like fair play to them because you've got to make a lot of sacrifices, even as a freaking girlfriend. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a bit of a weird one, but like don't get me wrong. Outside of fight camp, sweet, but like in fight camp, you have to make a lot of sacrifices, you know what I mean?
Do you have to lay that foundation down to when you meet her that this is what I do and this is how serious I am
100%.
about
Yeah,
this?
mate, we've had many of arguments where it's been like, because she don't like fucking fight camp. She hates it because obviously we can't go out and do it. But like, I've always said, like, look, fighting's my priority. As bad as it sounds, but it's like, fighting is my priority. If you don't like it, see you later. But she's always stuck by me, so.
When do Thai fighters peak? Is there a peak for it? Like a rugby athlete might peak at 28?
I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I don't really think I've reached my peak yet. I always feel like I'm improving, but I know Liam said he didn't feel like he peaked till like 32, 33. So I don't really know. Obviously, you see UFC, they're all fucking a lot older, aren't they? So I'm not sure. Usually, you see with combat athletes, it's like 28, 29 is sort of age in it, but yeah, I'm not really
I
sure.
know we
yet.
discussed it a little bit at the beginning, sort of like what do you map out? What do you see in your future? I know you said there's got this fight coming up. What is the next step?
After, I think, I don't want to be PTing all my life. Fuck that, man. It takes you out of your fucking arms and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, when you're padding all day, fucking big geezers and stuff, like, your arms are fucked. By the time I get home, I'm fucked. So, I don't know. I want to do something maybe online and stuff like that.
That's the way to go, isn't it?
I've got a few good people around me as well who sponsor me and stuff like that, and they're willing to help me and stuff like that. So, kind of taking them on board, and
Well, you've got businessmen who are sort of just...
That's it. You know what I mean? I do believe if you surround yourself with right people, like it'll rub off on you a little bit as such. And like I say, I've got a good team around me. So like, especially with my sponsors and stuff like that, multi-millionaires, you know what I mean? Like, and they want to help me. So after fighting, I think...
For young fighters out there, how are you building those relationships with those sponsors? How does that come to be?
Do you know what? My main sponsor, for example, and he's the one who helps me a lot. It all happened from me PTing his young'un. His young'un struggled with confidence. And did a few PTs with his young'un, and we just kind of like clicked. And then I never even knew like how big his business were or all like that. And he said, "Oh, how do we get interested in sponsoring you?" Blah, blah, blah. And then when we started delving into it, I was like, fucking hell.
This guy's
just to see how successful he were, like, and how he works stuff out and shit like that. And just, he smashes it. But I think a lot of it's just confidence. You've got to market yourself well.
How important is that for young fighters now? Are you doing a lot of social media stuff? Do you do vlogs, pods?
Yeah. So do you know what? I've only just started with vlogs with Ben Robinson.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So I've just started with these vlogs. Well, I've not released out yet, but
Talking to camera or more just footage?
Bit of both. Not as much talking because I'd fucking never know what to say. Me, I'm a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a weird one, but it's like I just try to keep it frigging like raw as possible. Like just try to be funny.
We talk about this quite often, don't we? That fighters now, especially like the influencer scene, you've got to be documenting and posting, and
mate, it's massive.
You've got to have a big
Look at
online
all these
presence.
influencers, for example. It's because we got, mate, they're all shite at fighting. I don't care which influencer are you, shit. You know what I mean? It's rare you see a good one. Mate, they're fucking getting paid dough on serious though. Like, look at Jake Paul. To be fair with Jake Paul, he lives like a fucking boxer. Amount of training he's doing, but look at money he's making. But you can't knock him for it.
do you feel like that sort of online presence is why Paddy's had such success so young?
Mate, massively.
He's doing it a lot more different to any other UFC fighters, especially in
it's
UK. At the
kind of
moment.
like that Conor McGregor effect, innit?
Exactly, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they're two separate people and they're very, very different, but 100%, like...
Sean O'Malley's another good example of that.
Another good... Yeah, that's what I mean. But they back it up. I'll give them the due, they back it up. So, like, they market themselves well, because, let's face it, they're funny and stuff like that, so it's very easy to market. And they're all a little bit, they've got a bit of a unique thing, like Sean O'Malley with his multicoloured hair, and
He's a stoner and he's a...
Paddy with his mushroom haircut and that.
Yeah, and he's got he's a scouser.
Oh,
Everyone
mate,
loves a
I
scouser.
him this morning.
Is that like a Scouser haircut? That? Is
Yeah, I
that
think it is. It's a little
no.
ket wig in it. That's what everyone calls
What
it.
they call it, a
didn't
cat
they?
wig.
Ket wig.
I call him Mushroom Man. He messaged me this morning, funny enough. He commented on one of my posts saying something about fucking... I had a pair of denim shorts on. Apparently denim shorts ain't a thing now.
No, that should be illegal, that, bro.
Well,
What did you cut them off?
nah, I just bought them like that.
All right.
So anyway, he's giving me... Well, clearly, this must be some sort of trend. I'm not that fucking trendy, clearly. But then again, he's got fucking white socks and Yeezys and they're tied up. So, you know what I mean? Who knows? But, mate, he starts fucking shredding, man. I thought, shut up, you mushroom, man. So...
How did that friendship come about, you and Paddy?
Paddy came to Badco, funnily enough. He came up to do some training. This was back in Cage Warrior days.
Yeah.
Came up to do some training, stayed up here, and me and him kind of just like clicked. I became his chauffeur that week because he still doesn't drive the
Does he
lazy
not?
ass. No, does he?
Fucking
Fuck,
hell.
man. His missus drives him everywhere.
All money he's got, and he's not just fast track that.
Fuck knows, man. Honestly, but don't drive. But like, this was the best one. I took him to the Leeds match. When did I take him? When Leeds played Liverpool at home this season, I took him. So he comes up on train. Obviously, he's on crutches at the minute because he's just had his op. So he's hopping around on crutches, and I've sent him a pin where my car's parked. He's like looking at it, and he's like hobbling out at frigging train station on escalator. He's only dropped it down escalator, flat on foot. Mate, smack bang crack. He's like, you're fucking joking. Obviously, he's got train up. So he's rang me. He's had to ask Siri because his phone was still turning on, but he can't use it. So he's had to ask Siri on his AirPods to fucking ring me. And he's like, lad, I don't know where the fuck I am. I've ended up finding him eventually. He went, fuming. He went, because train were delayed. He went, I could have claimed £10.40 back on fucking train. I went,
goes tight, man.
bad man. I went, you fucking tight ass bastard.
I bet it never leaves you if you're tight, though, I don't think.
Fucking hell, mate. I couldn't believe it. Give me his judo. Very, very smart with his money.
Is it?
Very smart, yeah.
Good. You know, you just said then about he dropped his phone and it cracked. And imagine if he'd have not had his AirPods and been able to speak to Siri, they'd have been fucked.
Oh,
right?
mate, gone.
You want to be. He'd have probably
Because
got
I've never just been sat in fucking car park waiting
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
fucking
you find a way
ticket.
now. You
No,
just
you don't
lend
know.
someone's phone, find his Facebook, ring him up.
Yeah, but then it goes into fucking requested. Then by the time you got in touch, you might as well
Yeah,
beg for money
true.
to get your money train back. And I'm saying
Kickoff's
this.
already gone.
Yeah, and I'm saying this because we obviously had Tommy Robinson on podcast the other week, and I'm just being a bit of a fucking paranoid conspiracy theorist here. I spent about 6 hours editing this podcast the other day. Went to save it, just disappeared. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting cancelled here. Went home last night. Went to go on my phone, just totally black, brand new iPhone 14. I'm like,
He warned us not to post the picture. What do you do next day, though?
The picture. So my phone's gone black. My pod's disappeared.
Yeah.
And then I took it to phone shop this morning. They said, we don't know what sort of it, you're going to have to go to Apple. So I went, all right, sound. Went to Asda, went to pay my bank card. Bank card's not working. I'm like, fuck me, I'm just getting fully cancelled
Bro,
here.
fuck off.
But my point...
Scary shit, that.
I don't know if this is right or if I'm just being paranoid, but my point is, bro, it's fucking crazy. Like,
You're 2 days off weed, though, so it might be a bit of paranoia.
I'm 3 days off weed,
3 days
actually.
off.
but it's crazy because we were saying that we're turning fucking part cyber now, and we constantly, the phone is a part of us now, mate. It's mad how many times I've like gone to go on my phone and be like, oh fuck me, like I feel
It's because
I feel
you're
lost without it.
Yeah, but because your income's
Yeah, I suppose I can't.
100%.
Well, I don't think
committed
we'd
to
live without them now.
No, we
No
wouldn't.
way.
It's like it's the same with me. Like every PTs, mate, I've got the worst diary ever. I don't even use a book, mate. I just bang it all in my notes on my phone. I'm horrendous for forgetting people. But obviously, you're marketing for your social media. Then you've got obviously,
It's a camera.
yeah, it's
So
a
that's your
camera,
main video,
It's
and-
everything. You don't realise just how much you got on your phone. And then plus when you're bored, you're on your YouTube Premium. Oh, mate, I love it.
Even when you're not bored, you fucking go on it and just find something to do, whether it's
That's
scrolling
what I
through
mean.
TikTok or looking for your old pictures or something like that. It's mad.
Scandal.
What I will say though, you just said that about your diary and you shit with it. Since I've been off weed 3 days, I've started using my diary and my notepad and writing lists of what to do and putting my month at a glance planner and booking guessing and stuff like that. And these last 3 days, I've been fucking on it, mate.
Yeah, it's
Have you,
easy.
yeah?
Yeah, you should do that, mate. Get a notepad. Just
We just get like a month at a glance. Just look at it at a glance and mate, these are PTs I've got. This is what I've got to do. It's just a quick glance.
Mate,
bang.
I'm scandal, mate. Honestly, wait here, look at this.
What's this? How you keep
Mate,
organised?
you tell me how you work out that. But that makes sense to me.
I'd just be paranoid if I deleted the fucking note or something.
Oh, I've done that before. I've done that a few times. But yeah, it's scandal. Because you can't undo it now, can you, on iPhone? I thought you used to be able to like undo if you deleted something, but you can't even do that now.
No.
Oh yeah, mate, it's scandal. I forgot someone this morning.
Bring it back to fighting for me. Who in the gym at the minute is any up and coming prospects? Who's to look out for? Who do you rate?
Definitely Finlay and Fergus.
Yeah, I watched them train last week when I went down.
Bad men, them two, aren't they?
They're only like 17, 18, 19 maybe.
Finlay's 19 and Fergus is 16.
Are they the boys you watched when you said they were in pads?
Yeah, the ones, yeah.
He's
He's one of them,
Andy's
Andy's...
main coach. That's his son.
Andy's
That's
son, is it?
Richard's.
Oh,
Richard's
Richard's
son. Yeah. So
I think it's in
lad who owns the
DNA
gym.
then, stuff like that. Then is it genetics? What I'm going to say there.
I wouldn't say genetics. I just think it's because, like what we were saying earlier about like who you surround yourself with. They've always been surrounded with like Liam, Jordan, me,
Solid as ever
Leader, and do you know what I mean? So they've kind of they've
Born
been
into
brought
it.
up in gym. Even I remember Fergus at like fucking 6-year-old. He gets to the gym earlier than everyone. They leave it and they leave. They've even got to wait for adults class and stuff like that. Obviously they work like training, but they're always watching and stuff like that. And then now, obviously, they're at that age now where they can frigging like spar with us and train with us and fight, and you know what I mean. So it just rubs off on them. But probably the most talented. I wouldn't even say juniors now because they're not even juniors, but
Men as well.
most up and coming fighters. I won't ever see it this country's ever seen.
We've got Amber on the
Got
show.
Amber Kitchen next
Kitchen,
week.
yeah.
She's signed to one, isn't she? She's
Is
got a
indeed.
fight in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, man. So she fights same day as me, which is another weird one because obviously like, we've both got the same coach.
Yeah. How does that work then?
No, it's one of them,
Flip
innit?
a coin.
Obviously, Richard's gone with her because she gets a free holiday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So he's off to Thailand, but it's one of them. When you're at our level, really, as such, it doesn't really make much difference who's in your corner. It does, but especially with people in our gym, like I think you're always going to be looked after either way, whoever you get. So it's just a case of give them a bit of water and off you go. Like if you need instruction, like I've still got Liam and Badger. You know what I mean? We're always in good stead for who we've got in corner.
Have you watched any at Misfits Boxing? Did you watch KSI's fight at weekend?
Nah, did I?
Elbow stoppage though, wasn't it?
I've seen the knockout. Yeah, it was a bit of a.
He'd been training out of MMA gym. Though someone
He's
said
been,
it were
he's been
Van
training out
Page.
of London Shoot Fighters where
Oh,
Venom,
is he?
Venom
Yeah,
Page,
Venom Page.
Because his
yeah.
stance is very much like
MVP style
Yeah.
stance, and he's
Mad,
like
a mad
taekwondo.
guy in that case. He's another one though. He's smashing it, innit?
Yeah, he is, but I would have liked to have seen him got beat on Saturday, but
That's the only thing, though, innit? I think everyone wants to see him all get
you know,
beat.
yeah, I know. Like you just said, then Jake Paul's living the fucking professional boxer's lifestyle.
He's
So
another
it's-
one. Everyone wanted to see him get beat.
Yeah.
I started rooting for him, me,
No,
against Tommy
I
Fury.
root for him on every fight.
he's a
mate.
big fan.
Oh, I love
Fucking
him,
love him,
mate.
mate.
I love him.
He's a fucking boyo.
Oh, he's gangster.
How much? What purse are you taking to fight one of them if it got offered to you?
Quid.
Quid.
Yeah, I'd do it for a quid.
Yeah.
Just for fucking spotlight.
Publicity, just fucking.
Mate, you're going to come out a millionaire either way, aren't you? I'd do it for a quid, mate.
We had you. I don't feel you'll know her. Amber O'Donnell. She fought on that Kingpin show. You know the one that Tom's in it.
Is that another, like, Misfits thing?
It's very similar. She fought on that. She's got OnlyFans and.
Oh, yeah, definitely won't know, because my missus would kill me. Yes,
You won't-
no,
you won't
do not
admit-
know her.
you won't
I don't
admit
know
to
her.
it
I don't
anyway.
know her.
Well, she put a post on the week after she'd fought on it. She fucking made 10 grand on OnlyFans in the same week.
What, on one post?
Yeah. Well, with OnlyFans, you obviously don't know how it works, but like people subscribe to you, so subscriptions went
And
up
after
that
that
much.
fight, that's when it went up.
Just went up. She got 10 grand in a week from subscriptions from fighting on it.
Can't
So,
knock
Because
off
that
a lot.
Elle Brooke does it as well, doesn't she?
yeah, she's killing it.
Fucking
How do you know her
hell,
name?
But, well, I've heard of a couple, haven't I? Fucking how much stupid.
Do you want us to clip that bit out for you?
I wanna nick it now. She's making some fucking bread out of it though, surely.
Yeah, she
She's
is,
making
mate.
some
Yeah, I'd
real
like
money.
to know how much they're all getting paid.
Yeah.
Did you see Tommy Fury were fighting in crowd with one of the Love Island geezers? I tell you what,
I think I've seen him fighting with fucking, trying to have a fight with KSI in ring.
pushing each other about.
Idris
This is all
Virgo,
what I
they were,
see on
they were
fucking
fighting crowd,
Instagram.
but I don't, like I said, mate, I don't
It's
know
all
if it's all
press, innit?
staged and pressed.
Yeah, of course, it's pressed, man.
It's almost scripted. It's like,
Well, my nutritionist were out when, what's that KSI's brother called?
Deji.
Dead.
Dead Jet. He fought Mayweather, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, my nutritionist, Pete, were out there in Dubai when that Mayweather won, because he had, you know, that Jack Fincham, him who were on Love
yeah,
Island. So he works with Pete. He had a fight on that same show. And he said he were ringside. Next minute, John Fury's got fucking top off and stuff
Has
like that.
he?
He says it was the biggest fucking stage thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He went, but it gets eyes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he's fighting KSI next, and that seems to be the fight that's
Mate,
trying to make.
fair play to them, man. Fucking, they're making money out there, so at the end of the day, but like, it's just a bit of a fucking mockery at sport as well as such. But
A question I'll ask just more as a fan, as a Thai purist, how do they make it? I'm not saying it's not mainstream, but how do you think they put the same? How do they increase the exposure on it? How does that work?
I think, for starters, to be honest, I think what One Championship are doing, I think we'll eventually get it there.
Yeah.
But if you're talking just pure Thai boxing, you need to get rid of Y Crew, that runway.
song.
So, yeah. Well, just
Music.
the fucking...
Oh, the
respect-
entrance
the
and doing all
dance
the
thing.
dancing.
Do you know what I mean? Like, anyone who's outside of Thai boxing ain't going to have a fucking scoop. I still don't even know what it means. And then you've got that music playing all the way through the fight. Yeah. That's another thing what fucking drains people. That's why it's another reason why I don't watch it. And then it's like, even the scoring, like in Thailand, first 2 rounds, it's just like feeling each other out and such. And both rounds are scored 10-10. So it's like, it won't really get going till 3, 4, 5. And then, but I think what One Championship are doing, well, it's every round scores, little gloves, no music, no ram wine, no all like that. I think that'll eventually get it to a point of.
Explain that to me. So those first 2 rounds, 10-10, meaning what? You can't put
So,
the pressure
like,
on if you don't want to do
That's
it.
what I mean. So it's like you can literally just chill. Just
Why do they do
so
that?
you what? Fuck knows. I think it's just a case of like a feeling out sort of process. Not every fight's like that, but like unless a fighter's laid a beat down on someone, they'll obviously score it 10-9 or 10-8 or whatever. But like if it's just close, they'll just fucking 10-10, 10-10, and then 3-4-5, it'll start lighting up a bit.
Whereabouts is your fight?
This next one, Manchester.
I don't mind going to watch. I've never been to a
man,
Thai
it'd be
event. I've
decent.
never
Yeah,
seen that.
it'd be decent.
Does Liam play music on his show?
I think he will be, but I'm not sure.
Is that respect, culture? What
I
is it?
don't. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's. Does he play it? I can't remember if he does. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Yeah. You know that guy who fought last?
That Thiago.
Yeah, I saw some probably a couple of days after. Didn't he disrespect the Thai culture and
Another
get his
thing,
belt
yeah,
took off him?
another thing like ridiculous. He got stripped at world title because he got stripped for being disrespectful towards Thailand. I didn't really.
Is he a
I don't know
Brazilian?
what's Brazilian,
Brazilian.
but he represents Cambodia.
Right.
And Cambodia and Thailand, I think there's a bit of rivalry between, obviously, the close countries anyway, aren't they? But whatever's gone on, he's ended up getting stripped for it. And I were a bit like, fuck me. What's chances of that? I fucking
crazy,
fought the
innit?
come for it. He's already lost it. Didn't even get a chance to defend it. So it's a bit of a weird one as such. But yeah, we're a bit up in air that one. So now they're putting that fight on for the world title on that Hitman show.
All right.
Joe Ryan versus Yusuf Asuik. So that'll be a good fight. And then I think I beat Agnes, and then I'll become contender again to fight whoever champ is then.
Are you just sticking with the Hitman fight show now? Are you?
Nah, I'm not signed specifically for anyone. I mean, I've still got a fight left on my MTGP contract, but I'll just go wherever most money is me and whoever's offering best fights.
Is that the Grand Prix that Slimane fought on that time?
Yeah,
yeah.
You fought on same card as Slim on one of them, I think.
Day before.
Oh yeah, so I'd come down that weekend. Yeah, you'd fought day
so I
before
went
Slim,
day before.
and then you'd fought again the time after and knocked. Can't remember what the kid's
that
name was.
Italian, that Jacopo.
Jacopo, yeah.
Fucking out some knockout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were a nice
What
knockout.
finish there?
big over on Rajah. Fucking
him
throwing handbags, mate. First round I battered him. Like, this is another thing, though. In this country, it's different to Thailand. Because in this country, every round scores. As in Thailand, I think a lot of it's to do with gambling. Because in Thailand, there's a lot of fucking... It's the only sport you can bet on in Thailand. So it's like, you've got gamblers in there and it's fucking... If you ever watch it, mate, you'll see people and they'll be doing this with their fucking hands and stuff. And that's them doing odds. It's weird as fuck, but it's nuts. It's a good experience to like see it all.
When you went out to Thailand, did you do that thing? I know you were trained fighter. That what you didn't ring.
The ringing PP. It's just like a bar, and they just get people in to fight for buckets.
Out
of
of
booze.
getting up piss.
Yeah.
Nah, I never
He knocked
did
a
it. I
fucking
wouldn't mind
pensioner
it.
out, mate.
Did
Fucking
ya?
bang out of it. So I'll send you intro. He's fucking
bad.
paggers him, doesn't he?
Do you?
Yeah, I didn't want to. Like,
I didn't want.
I didn't want to. What did you want to do? Lose?
no, I just wanted to have a bit of a fucking play about. Then he started. Well, it was meant to just be boxing. He started trying to kick me and shit. So I just fucking slept him. Felt a bit bad after because he was about 60
Yeah,
years
but I like
old.
that. I like that his nephew wanted to take revenge and he got
his
pagged as well, didn't he?
Yeah, his nephew came storming straight in after and wanted
Did
it.
he? Yeah.
Been on mushroom shakes and a lot, mate. It was a fucking long day. But even on that show, that they put like two Thai lads in. They put a tiny little skinny ripped Thai guy in against a big fucking
Yeah, the nuts.
probably
them
17
shows,
stone
aren't they?
guy. But I think it would have a bit of showmanship. You
Oh,
could tell
it's
it were
all
a bit.
fucking show me. Have you ever
like
seen
a
that one
dance.
on fucking YouTube where they do it? Next minute he jumps in, he fucking twats him with chair and all sorts of stuff, doesn't he?
What is that show? Because
That reggae bar one.
Yeah, well, they put a fucking crazy circus act Thai show on. Have you seen that one?
No.
Do you know that Dan Teller who fought on BKB when they did it in Thailand? They put like a 3v1 on, fucking man versus woman on.
Do they, yeah?
They've just put a proper circus act show, and I'll find it after we'll put a few
Fucking
clips of it.
hell.
But yeah, I mean,
The nuts them shows.
Listen, if
that.
I've seen a
If it
few
makes
fighters
money,
though. I
fuck
know
it.
Darren Endre, BKB fighter. I know he's been out there and got in ring. It's like You need to fucking put him against someone decent. You could just put your hand up and you're fucking just a bit of a...
Mate, it's scandal.
Had a little bit of a knot, just had a few street fights and you think, fuck it, I'll have a go, and then
Dangerous.
before you know it, you're getting
Scandal,
fucking
mate.
cleaned out.
Dangerous game.
You want to give any shout outs to any sponsors, any
I
any plugs?
Can't fucking remember them all off the top of my head.
Just
So
plug
I'll just
your-
say
just
thanks
plug-
to all my sponsors.
Plug your PT as well, mate. Fucking get it.
Yeah, plug your socials.
Yeah, just Joe_Craven on everything. So easy as that.
Good lad, it's fucking
Happy
job done,
boys?
innit?
Good
Well,
lad.
Cheers for coming, Joseph.
You don't bring it.